Welcome along then to the place where heroes and history are made. It's where the 2008 title was decided in the final corner. And it's the place, a year later, that Jenson Button stormed through from 14th on the grid to claim his one and only Drivers' Championship. It's Interlagos, and it's time for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if, of course, the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. And with me, as usual, is Anthony Davidson. Now, I want to talk to you about Carlos Sainz. That was a great win in the first race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Ricciardo, Vettel, Lewis Hamilton, and Sainz, a Red Bull, Albon, Gasly, and Sergio Perez. Norris, Ocon, Lance Stroll, and Raikkonen, Russell, Magnussen, Daniel Kvyat, and Roman Grosjean. Latifi and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
Lewis Hamilton can win it all this race to 5 red lights for the Brazilian Grand Prix, and it's lights out and away we go. And Valtteri Bottas gets away well in his efforts to fight Lewis Hamilton to the end. As you see our smoking car, as our engine is really at a high wear rate, so this is not good for us, and I hope that it can last the entire race, but I don't think it will. But we will really be taking care of that engine down towards the next couple of corners, and Valtteri leads us. And as we ride on board with Esteban Ocon, trying to get past Lando Norris, as you can see the Racing Point and AlphaTauri going at it ahead, as we go side by side with Sebastian Vettel, and we get ahead of Sebastian Vettel as he gets a face full of smoke out of our engine, out of our Honda engine. So hopefully that our durability department will work better for next year, because that is a high worry. I'm very worried about that engine. As you can see, a lot of side-by-side action as we go on board. But that's about Ocon yet again, trying to get past Lando Norris, which he does, going through the final couple of corners now, as Valtteri Bottas leads us through the first lap down towards the Senna S's, as Valtteri Bottas is trying everything that he needs to do to stop Lewis Hamilton from winning the championship. But at the moment, if Lewis Hamilton finishes where he is, he will win the championship. Now he's really coming out of Sebastian Vettel. We try to block him up to the inside, but it's no use, because he's got so much more speed than us. Down into the corner, and no, he made some contact, and Sebastian Vettel's been spun round, and it's happened again as we spin yet another car around due to contact. And it's almost like a deja vu. At least it's not another Mercedes, because then something really would be happening. Here's the replay of Sebastian Vettel. He got a face full of smoke before he tries to the overtake. He goes to the inside. And let's see exactly what happened. And it's such a small bit of contact, and so unlucky for Sebastian Vettel as he got spun around with contact with the front wheel. And here's our onboard as he tried to go down the inside. We got a better brakes on this car as we went down, and bam, there's the contact. Here's another view from us. It's the onboard back camera down in the corner, and it's such a small amount of contact, but has such great an effect. Here's Carlos Sainz's onboard as he saw everything unfold right in front of him. You can see Sebastian Vettel going for the overtake, and he sees Sebastian Vettel get spun around. And actually, Sainz had to back out of that. Here comes Carlos Sainz on us. And he comes so close to our rear, but he's got so much pace as he got DRS down into turn 1, and it's 3 wide as we go around the outside, and we just stay ahead. And now our teammate Alexander Albon is trying to get past Carlos Sainz, and they are side by side. And on the exit, Albon is just ahead, but Carlos Sainz is still fighting him all the way down towards turn 4 as they go side by side. And now Albon gets past, and as Sainz has got Pierre Gasly for company trying to get past him as well. As now Sebastian Vettel is trying to go for pass on the Williams, but he won't at the moment, or will he? He will. That's a brave overtake. And that was spectacular stuff from the four-time world champion Sebastian Vettel, getting past the Williams in such a way. Coming around the final corner now, Valtteri Bottas has done everything to try to combat Lewis Hamilton. He wins the Brazilian Grand Prix, but it's this man, Lewis Hamilton, who is champion of the world. And it's a drag race and we just stay ahead of Carlos Sainz, but Sainz pits our teammate Alexander Albon for the place, and what a finish that was. But Lewis Hamilton is champion of the world.
And so the celebrations begin, and well earned they are indeed. It may have looked simple at times, but as any racing driver will tell you, competing at this level, at the very top, is anything but simple. There's no catching them now then. We have a new World Drivers' Champion. Not just victory today then, but the championship as well. What a spectacular season they've had. Congratulations to the whole team. What do you think it was, Ants, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, they certainly stood out as a drive with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
So Lewis Hamilton wins a thrilling season of Formula One in 2020. It's his 7th world title as we go into the final race at Abu Dhabi. And it's time for our post-race interview. Yeah, it was a good race. I don't know how I finished with an engine that was smoking like that. It was very surprising, and congratulations to Lewis Hamilton winning his 7th world title. I mean, that's unheard of among Schumacher, and next year he could get his 8th world title, and that would be special as well. So, congrats to Lewis, and it was an alright race.